I'm John Suh. I work out of the Silicon Valley office of General Motors, and we're here to find any new technology, product, company that could provide a benefit to GM. What's the vehicle, manufacturing operation, marketing, or even sales. And so we're the eyes and ears of GM in Silicon Valley, kind of reaching out to any company that we think could has something interesting.
So the first question I had was, describe why you needed Socialtext and what business challenge were you trying to solve?
Okay, so twice a year, R&D has a symposium of where we invite all our researchers to to put together posters for their latest and greatest research. And so, but R&D has been growing globally, so I really wanted a way to make it easier for other researchers in other areas outside of Michigan to participate. And so what I wanted to do was find a way to create an online virtual forum for authors, attendees, and other people that are interested to learn about the research that was going on, ask questions about the research, participate by involving other attendees and getting kind of a nice kind of collective people that are centered around an idea or technology and make it easier to do. And so I really wanted to find a platform that would make it easy for me, because I'm not a web developer. I'm just somebody trying to make this happen. So I was trying to find a tool or platform that would make it easy for me to do that. And so I went to Socialtext to put that together.
Now you guys have research offices. You said outside of just Detroit, but we're here in Palo Alto, it's GM office. Where else do you guys have?
We have centers in Germany, actually throughout Europe. We have offices in Russia, India, Brazil, China, Korea, and really just in all their small offices kind of throughout the globe. So there's probably tens or dozens of these offices that are throughout the globe. And so a lot of the researchers that would be interested in attending wouldn't be able to because of either budget or travel restrictions.
Right, and then doing it completely virtually, you're still dealing with all the time difference and the time
And the time difference as well, because we do have a live session that happens in the Eastern time zone between 7:30 and 11 a.m. And so even for them, it's pretty early in the morning. And then for anybody outside of that time zone, it's actually very difficult to attend.
So at these events, what types of information, what types of research do you picture being put up into Socialtext?
It really covers a full spectrum that's going on in R&D. So things in electronics, powertrain, controls, materials, energy conversion, which would be batteries, ultracapacitors, everything having to do with vehicle development research. So really the full range of topics that are within R&D. And it's really meant to expose to others in R&D to give them a picture of kind of what's going on, because there is so much going on within R&D at GM.
What types of are people able to now connect on different types of expertise? So if you're a researcher in Germany and you can now connect with somebody in Detroit.
Yeah, that's the idea. So we had the theme for this year was to have new research, new projects. So things that were probably less than 6 months old or less would be the ideal topic. And so we had researchers in Germany kind of reaching out to others in R&D saying, hey, if you're interested in partnering or collaborating, we'd love to have other people join in and participate or lend your expertise. So this is a researcher in Germany and was looking out for others in the US or other parts of the world really to collaborate. And probably that team, if it would form, would probably participate virtually anyway. They would probably rarely get together in person, face to face.
One thing you must think about a lot, and it's something we think a lot about at Socialtext, is the issue of discovery. So if there's something really valuable that someone shares, being able to go back and find that later and being able to refer back to it is something that's really big.
Yeah. So there's lots going on, and so being able to go back, months or even a year later, about what was talked about or what was even presented. And so we do kind of archive these semi-annual symposiums, but they're done on a file sharing system. So while the information is there, you kind of have to kind of go into the file or your PowerPoint and sort of look through that. But I think with having it in a wiki or shared collaborative space, you can do using the search functions, so you can quickly find information. And the information is there, so it's fewer clicks, if you will, to get to the information that you're interested in seeing. And we really want to keep it up and running for months to come, so that people can revisit this whenever they want to.
Are people, I remember when we talked on the phone, are researchers starting to fill out their profiles too and share stuff that way?
Yeah. So what I did was I had, there were 53 posters in total this time around.
Mm-hmm.
So I had each of them put together. I tried to get them to put it in their profiles and their biographies. So what I did was I created a link to a page called Biography of, and then the author's name. And if they clicked on it, they can fill out their own biography. And then for a few, I also began putting together a blog about different features within Socialtext. So it said, as you create a bio, here's also your profile page, and here's how you can add your picture, here's how you can add tags, here's how you can follow people. So what I did was I left little breadcrumbs, if you will, so that people could find things and kind of click through them. And a number of them did. And actually, a lot of them did upload their pictures, which made it a lot more sociable, I think. And I think they found it to be more interesting to see a picture, even small. I think it made it more interesting, more personal for them. So a lot of them did that on their own without a lot of prompting or a lot of hand-holding. And I wanted to see what would happen, and a lot of them did do that.
Well, then the nice thing too is it's I'm sure a lot of them had communicated either over the phone or over email, but often that person is just a name in another office who you've done something with. But to be able to have all these rich features right in front of you, where you can kind of interact, see what kinds of research they've been thinking about, could be really enable some sort of serendipitous stuff to happen in the future.
Yeah, that's right. Because we even have our own online people directory, which is pretty good, but it's there's only a limited number of fields that you can add information. In fact, you're limited on what you can add. But with the people profile, what I liked was that you could offer up people, I guess, unlimited number of tags, really, which is nice, and then people can add tags to that, and so people can find out, as you said, serendipitously about a person, what their interests are, what they can provide in terms of information or experience.
Can you think of like any examples of some stuff that's come out of your use of Socialtext in terms of like some kind of piece of research that got talked about, or some new idea that came out? Yeah,
in fact, one topic was so there were several cases like this, but one in particular was about mobile applications, and he was an author, a researcher was put together a poster about how might GM do mobile applications in the car, and so what he did was he learned about the blogs that you can do. And so what he actually started a blog, and on the poster page, what I said was, if you want to add additional links or reference material, whether it's previous papers or posters or whatever, and he latched onto the idea of a blog. So he created a blog called Mobile Applications for Automotive, and it's been going on since the beginning of April, and so he's been able to invite in people to the blog to sort of updated stream of information that way. And so you've gotten, and since then it's really gotten kind of more and more interesting because more and more people are looking at it. It's kept fresh because he's always, I think once a week he's kind of posting something new, whether he finds it online or his own thoughts or whatever. But others are kind of looking at that, and he's becoming kind of a focal point, if you will, of others in the company about doing mobile applications. So I think that's worked out well for him, and he's trying to bring other people into the workspace.
And he
as
could
well.
get that feedback loop of people commenting and coming to interact with the blog in that way.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.